This is a pivotal month for you, Scorpio. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au. It's the month of August, the month in which I've been alluding to for some months now is going to be a critical one for all of us, but for Scorpio particularly, the conjunction of Mars and Saturn in your second house, the second sector of your horoscope, related to finances, money, income, and I dare say for the majority of you, the great frustration you've been experiencing for some time now. And I think this would have extended way beyond that, even for the past year or two for some of you. But the good news is that when this conjunction peaks, as it will this month, around the 24th, I think, I should take a look at my notes. What an ill-prepared astrologer, you're saying. Yes, exactly, the 24th. But you're feeling the impact of this now. And strangely, although you've still got that frustration, one of your ruling planets, Mars, is activating things. So whereas before you simply had Saturn there, it's morose, sort of clinical, dark, sort of obstructive energy influencing your finances. It's still there, but your ruler now is trying to make something of that happen in a positive way. And so I'd say after the 24th, when Mars moves away from this conjunction, you should experience a considerable release of energy, a dynamic release. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, because I'm a Scorpio as well, that this is going to bring with it the desired result of, opening up, that will not only opening up the doors of good fortune, but actually seeing some inflow of wealth for us. Here, I hear you say. So that is the predominating energy in your financial world. The other important thing on the 3rd is the new moon that's taking place in the sign of Leo. Now that's your 10th house. Again, these two things are connected. 10th house is your profession. We mentioned the Mars and Saturn combo in the second house of finance. The new moon is opening up your world to the science of professional and human possibilities. For some of you, there is a really deep, deep frustration with not just the work you've done, but for some of you who have actually had a passion for the work that you've done, might be being tested now. We've always said that, you should do what you love to do, or I do what I love to do. But the moment the money dries up, how much do you still love what you do? I guess this is the litmus test to see to what extent you really do love something, because I usually ask my clients the question, if you did the work you're doing right now and were to never earn a cent again from that, would you still have the same passion? Would you wake up every morning excited about doing this particular work? Then they look at me like I've got 4 heads, because they realize that's a pretty intense question that cuts straight to the heart of it. So I'm going to ask you the same question, Scorpio. Are you committed to the work you're doing? You're feeling that passion, that enjoyment and joy and creativity through what you do? And if not, then after the 3rd, this new moon may start to shake things up. It is also the start of a new cycle, even if you're planning to stay with what you do. New projects, new attitudes or insights into your work, new discoveries, which are often the jurisdiction of the 8th house of the horoscope, but the new moon does tend to bring with it some new patterns of thought and activity and introductions to different people. So that's great news, I think. We need to also look at the way Mars is moving through your horoscope. We've mentioned that conjunction. That takes place on the 24th. But on or near the 26th, you also have this a very tough right-angled aspect simultaneously to Neptune, which is in your 5th house. Now this fifth house has to do with your children. So those of you who have children, this will apply to you more than those who don't. But there could be some confusion surrounding one of your children, and this is an opportune moment for you to step up and to be available for them. Now, I'm not saying you can solve their problem, but at least giving them some sort of safety net and just mentioning to them the fact that you're available is probably enough for them to feel, buoyed, even though they're feeling weighed down by their lives. Neptune in the fifth house, in the right angle from Mars, in the second house of finance, shows you have to be a little bit careful about how you are spending your money. Now, there could be some new creative outlet or some new business venture. Fifth house is speculative in nature, so it's important for you to really, really think things through, and it's probably best to wait until the end of the month, because we see also that on the 30th, Venus moves to the 12th house, which is Libra for you, at the place of expenses. So rest assured that whatever creative endeavour you've got in mind, as exciting and enjoyable as it's going to be, even as lucrative as that return on investment may be, the initial part of this is going to cost you. So you need to be prepared for that, and don't come back here crying and saying, oh, you should have told me this. I'm telling you now. Just hold on to your pennies, make your plans, but maybe wait until Venus is through. You might need to wait a month or so for this. What I'm saying is, even if you don't wait a month, don't just rush in madly in this early part of the month. Wait to analyse and see things through with these transits. Also, Mars in the second house of food, I mentioned this to one of the other signs, is a culprit for producing allergic reactions to food. Be careful of the diet you're eating, where you eat, how you eat, and whom you eat and drink with. Moderation is the key. It's one of your keywords this month. And if you can do that, I think you're going to feel that once you come out of this, end of August, early September, for many of you, much of the financial distress you've been in is going to clear for now. Take a squiz at astrology.com.au, the daily, monthly and yearly readings. I always mention that because you can get, you can beef up the reading that I'm giving you here by looking at the chronological events. I tend to jump around a little bit because I like reading like that. And I do hope to see you here next month. Have a good one, Scorpio. Take care now. Bye-bye.